A rock got launched into my bone. I don't think we should be in this area. Well, we are out at Oceanside again today with a low tide, as you can see behind us there. It was so good that I had to bring another Pebble Rebel back with me here. Yeah. Last time I was here, I found a lot of green jasper and some agates as well, and we'll see what else we can find. We covered a lot of historical information about Oceanside, Oregon in our first video visit to this location, so I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But I dug out a lot of new information about Oceanside in preparation for this second video. Let's dig in. We covered before that 15 to 17 million years ago, basaltic lava flows from the Columbia River Gorge flowed all the way down to the coast to make up a large portion of the rock layers we see today. But these actually combined with seismically uplifted marine sediments and pillow lava formations to create the dramatic headlands and sea stacks at Oceanside, Oregon. And while the basalts of the sea stacks are still visible today, most of the sediments that once layered on top of them have been washed away by time and the power of the sea. This is my first pickup for the day. Green rhyolite material. I'm kind of curious to see what's on the inside. Just got a little green chert nodule right there. Not something I'm going to take home, but kind of cool. That's a cool piece. I think that one would be kind of fun to cut. Oh, so much color. You guys look. Oh my god, it's so pretty. This is the best piece I've ever found. It's still my beating heart. It has got so much color going on in it, and it is pure jasper. It is good. As with most coastal regions, people have occupied this area for thousands of years. Salish-speaking Tillamook tribes have been known to inhabit the area for at least 12,000 years, with some sites for burial canoes known to be just above the Oceanside area. The translation of Tillamook suits the area well. Land of many waters. Maxwell Point is the small headland between Oceanside Beach and Tunnel Beach. The land was owned by a homesteader named John W. Maxwell, and later bought by the Rosenberg brothers to create a seaside resort. Their first achievement was a 3-mile-long wooden plank road to the location, then a dance hall and a grocery store. 500 tents were set up swiftly for visitors to use, and the resort was ready for business. The 40 cabins built near the front of Oceanside are 1925 originals from the Rosenberg brothers and still used by tourists today. In 1925, the Rosenberg brothers built an elevated wooden walkway nicknamed the Angel Walk around Maxwell Point. At 20 feet off the ground, it was quite unstable and failed multiple times under the pressure of winter storms. Eventually, they gave up on the Angel Walk and finished tunneling through Maxwell Head's basaltic pillow lavas to Lost Boy Beach. This is complicated. I need a map of all these beaches. Aha! The Rosenberg brothers built the tunnel through Maxwell Point from main Oceanside to Tunnel Beach first, and then immediately afterwards completed the tunnel through to Lost Boy Beach. The Angel Walk is how they got people from Tunnel Beach to Lost Boy Beach, and this massive staircase must have been used to get people to Tunnel Beach prior to the completion of the tunnel. The Angel Walkway was not connected to the first section of Maxwell Head. This has been such a confusing piece of information, I probably spent an hour just trying to sort that out once I found the discrepancy. I've seen multiple articles that quote this information wrong. It is truly getting lost in the translation of history. nice. It's so green. I don't know how well it shows up, but it's so green.
Do you think those are sea lions out there on that island?
You have the better camera, you look. But I wouldn't be surprised.
The sea stacks out on the edges of Oceanside are actually part of one of the earliest natural preservations on the west coast. Alongside the many birds that roost on these formations, it is the only northern coast rearing site for stellar sea lion pups. These stacks were put in danger by overzealous sportsmen who hunted the wildlife, taking shelter on the rocks in the late 1800s. The nature preserve was put in place by Theodore Roosevelt due to the documentation and advocacy work of two wildlife photographers and naturalists who spent time studying the stacks and their nesting importance.
It's so green. We'll show pictures in a minute, you know. You gotta appease to all the audience.
Oh. But I got a pretty little one.
Nice! Pretty little thing. No more.
No, that's a good one right there. You see it?
Oh, green. Show it, show it. Oh, that is nice. It's so green. Black and color together.
That is another cool piece right there. Let's see. Best lighting for it. Lots of green. Popping out.
Run! What's it look like? It's a good one.
Holy shit, you guys. I just found the craziest tiny chunk of jasper. Look at that thing.
And we're up in the dry beds right now, and I'm sure you can see that guy, and that guy right there. It's a nice little piece of jasper. Let's see. This one's a bit churty. I think I will... Ooh, I don't know though. That side's kind of interesting. Ooh, I think I'll take that. And, take or leave that one. I just love finding these little green nodules in here. They're so cool, even though they're really tiny. And there's another one right here. And what do you see on the ground when you look there? Anything? See anything? How about this guy right here? We'll see. There's a lot going on in this chunk. Look at that, all that green color and the yellows mixing with it. Ugh, it is hard walking up here barefoot, but I just really didn't want to put my shoes back on. See, the tide's supposed to be going out. I want that little guy there. So I'm slowly breaking him open. Woo! Got him. Got him. It's a really good piece. Nice chunk, but it's huge. That'll be a good piece in a few 100,000 years. Along with that one, and that one, underneath, wait, there it is, underneath, and this stream right here, because that is a huge rock.
This rock also interests me. Kind of glassy looking. Just about to get up and go get her when I notice this guy. Look at him. Look at that green boy. Ooh! Oh, that is all green.
Nice.
Maybe. I can't see colors. Super dark green. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay, we're looking at these cliffs up here above us, and that's where I've been hanging out here looking for these rubbly bits. But to be honest, a little over trying to walk over these rocks with my feet. So we're gonna head back to the waterfront. I am obsessed with these little rhyolites, you guys. Look at them. Green on the brown. It's just like
Behind you! Careful. Oh! A rock got launched into my bone. Well, I'm just saying, I don't think we should be in this area.
shut up, you guys. Look at that.
Ah!
Boom! Multicolored red, blue, green, yellow. It's just so fast in this bed right now.
Oh, you passed over such a gorgeous rock though. Holy smokes.
No!
Look at that. Oh, just the beauty of it.
So pretty. Look at that.
Sandals.
That's really cool. Just the speckles.
Yeah.
Okay, time to go.
Ooh. You keep saying that. Time to go, and then you're like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right, time to go. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
It's time to go back the other way.
Back the other way. Yeah, this is definitely getting more inwards here.
Yeah.
That's BS.
Not loving it.
I mean, I'm loving it, but it's BS what's going out.
It's splashed up to my knees. Are you loving it?
I'm loving it.
Are you loving it? I am loving it. Cool.
Yeah. Sand is on the other side of that beautiful cave. Check out the snowflakey.
Oh, nice. I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty.
I'm dirty. I don't know what that means. I've been trying to get down to this area, but there's just so much going on, and look how it dips. I don't like the look of that. See how the two are combining in there?
Yeah.
I don't really want to go in that area. One.
Thank you.
And
It'll feel so good to have soul.
two.
Look at this one. I'm curious because it has a bit of see-through going through everything. Then we've got the clear agates, sandwich material right here. And there's a few yellow directions. And there's been really interesting ones today.
My feet need to toughen up, so.
Yeah. I just got tired of the boulders rolling over my toes.
Yeah, same. I know, there's so many shows.
You're willing to go on a hike.
I thought you said to keep that a secret. You said to shut up about it.
Well, if you like rhyolites, and you like
Coming at ya.
the material
We'll have a good one.
Yes. Woo! Oh, I missed it. Bummer. Dang it. You might see it. Yeah, I might.
Look at that one.
Nice. Cute.
All right, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Due to World War II and the Great Depression, Oceanside spent more time hosting soldiers and less leisure tourists during the late 30s to 40s, but has certainly reclaimed its touristy hotspot self since then. It's certainly a destination for rockhounds.
All right. Oh, water coming. Go, 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 go.
You're moving too slow.
Done another hunt out here. I think we got extremely lucky again. It kind of feels like it's hard not to get lucky out here. This is a lucky beach.
Heck yeah. And those guys. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Good haul.
Yep, good haul.
Alright guys, we're all done. And one last tip for today. If you're gonna throw rocks in your backpack and you put your food in your backpack, make sure that you pull your banana out before it turns into banana mush. So yeah, here's the banana mush. All right, we've got our rocks back here and we're gonna go ahead and select a few out. What were we thinking? 6, 8 rocks. Yeah, you guys deserve more, right? This, again, has been one of the best locations we've been to as far as late season ocean hunting has gone. And I am really excited to see what comes out of some of these cuts. All right. So the thing that's interesting for me about this one is it's got a lot of different colors going on throughout it. It's got the clear chalcedony, the green rhyolitic bits. There's even a few chunks that looked like they were red or yellow mixed in there. So maybe. This piece is probably mostly basaltic material, but we have this side which has some really interesting colors going on, with the greens and yellows, blacks, grays, but it would probably be kind of hard to cut, so I'm not sure on that one. Oh, it's also got a little crystal pocket right there. Sweet. There we go. Nice. We have this one, which has a significant chunk of, it looks like kind of a beigeish yellow jasper on this side, and then also quartz mixed into that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that could be interesting on the inside.
Yeah, maybe like a slice right through there.
Yeah.
Potential. This is, to be honest, my favorite chunk that I found this trip. We'll show you in a second. We'll spray them all down. But this has greens, browns, yellows, blacks, maybe even a touch of kind of orangey reds going on in there. It is nutty and very jaspery. And then there's this chunk, which might be mostly black on top. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's got some beige and greens going on lower down. Maybe. And then we have this chunk, which has got some of that rhyolitic green going through it, alongside a little bit of agate, it looks like, and mixed in with some of the host stones. Then we have this kind of beigey, yellowy green rhyolite. It's kind of an interesting color. There's not a ton of it going on in there, but it could still be interesting for a try.
This is just a really nice chunk of green, except it's on a lot of host stone as well. I'm not sure how far it goes through, so I'm not super thrilled to put that one through on the saw, but it was still an interesting find. And this is just a great sample piece from the area, showing off the basalts and other host stones alongside the jaspery and rhyolitic greens.
So probably not cutting that one.
I don't know, yeah, probably not. I'm not feeling strongly about it. And this has got a little bit of the rhyolitic greens going on, but I'm not actually sure how much of the stone is filled or if it's very pockety on the inside still. And this is an interesting little nodule. It's mostly covered, but it seems to have a lot of quartz coming through on the outside. There could be some brecciated patterns in there potentially.
As long as it's not too soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Not feeling strongly. It's got some green on it, but I don't know.
So that'll be my pick for sure.
This one's interesting. It's got some brown texturing on there. I'm not sure how strong the texturing is. We've been tricked before, as we've seen in past videos, where we found beautiful brown lines and textures, and what did we find inside?
Nothing.
Black.
Black.
We found black. Lots of black.
The void.
The void. This is another interesting green chunk. Could be worth trying to cut it open just for a little bit of that rhyolitic bubble pattern. Ooh, this is actually a pretty sweet looking one. Let me drop it. That has got a lot of the green going on throughout it. That could be really interesting to see go through the saw, I think, personally. More chunky chunks. Chunky chunks. And I don't know really if these are much the size of cutting, but this just gives you another example of the types of materials you can find in the area. Got a beautiful chunk of red and beige jasper there, some yellow, great looking yellow. Oh, and I don't know how close you can get. I should get this one wet before we show it off. It is
That's looking really pretty, yeah.
Really cool stuff going on. And then obviously our little clear chalcedones, a piece of green. This one might actually be more fun to do as a
grind.
A grind, yeah. This could be a pretty sick grind. All right, I'm gonna get them all wet. So now, wow, just that yellow pops. That yellow just pops. And then this one, look at it.
There we go.
So pretty. Ooh, so cool looking. Look at that yellow, that olive yellow coming through in the green. Oh. It's got that like darker green there. I'm gonna go ahead and say right off the bat, this is an absolute on my cutting list. I know you need to pick one now.
I need to pick one now. What was that one you said you weren't interested in? Is it this one?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna cut the one I'm not interested in and gloat if it's amazing. All right, cool. I want to do this one. I just want to see the big bubbly rhyolitic stuff flat. I just want to see that so bad. Yeah.
That one. You have two more choices. I'm kind of interested in what's going on in here.
Yeah, that one's interesting.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah, this is the one that's browns, and we've got a lot of crust on it, so we don't know entirely what's going on. And if you look over here, you can actually see some blues.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
so
kind of curious me.
If we like do a cross section like that, we might actually get something really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slatey blue. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, which one am I picking next? This one. Absolutely. And the pattern might not even go that far through, but I think it could look really cool if it
the very least on the edge.
Yeah, you get clearness coming through and you can see the yellows and reds. Oh yeah, that one.
Okay, I'm gonna choose this one actually.
Okay.
I like the pockety look there.
The olivey pockets.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna end up because it's kind of hard. Like, there doesn't seem to be so much of it on the back. There is a little bit, but not as much as on the front. So
I like it. Risk taking.
Yeah.
Something interesting. Oh, this is tough because now this is our last two choices. I'm gonna go with this one, I think. It's little. This is the littlest stone from this group I would possibly cut. But I am very curious. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to cut, but I'm very curious to see how that ends up looking.
I'm curious about this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's got some pocketing going on. It looks like it's got a little bit of chalcedony on it too. Interesting. All right, so we have our 8 stones. I can count. And these are the ones we will put through the saw.
Any last minute words?
No. All right, so we got to introduce each stone, cut. So maybe this one's name is Filbert. Don't really have any huge preferences on this one, but I do want to get a lot of detail. How high is this? A little high, but I could always turn the stone a little bit as we go. All right, maybe a cross section of that green from. I'm kind of excited about this one. I'm glad you picked it. We're just gonna go for a straight central cut because we don't have a lot of information here. Again, this is one of your rocks. It's got that olive and darker colored green rhyolite going through it. This is the one that seems to have a lot of chalcedony going through it, but not only chalcedony, some of this kind of beigey, yellow colored jasper as well. So I'm kind of excited about that one, and I really like to just get a straight cut through and see how deep that chalcedony goes before we lose it. Our next one is going to be this little pebble, which is going to be a little more interesting to cut on the big saw, but should be fine. I just hope we have enough material left on each side. I'm just curious to see what the pattern is on the inside. And our next stone is going to be this one, which has a little bit of rhyolitic activity going on inside of it. But other than that, we don't have a ton of information. Unfortunately, a lot of this yellow crusting seems to just be on the sides. We're just going to have to see what's going on in the center here. So I'll just cut like this. All right, and your stone you gave me to cut.
Massive rock.
Massive rock. I'm thinking about like this, maybe? Or do you think this way?
Let me see it. Let me look at my rock here. Not like this points to this point, kind of.
Okay, so about like that.
Yeah.
Cool. And our last rock, the one I am most excited to see the inside of. I think that this one, because it's such a good quality material too, I'm just gonna take a slice off the edge. We're not gonna do a full center on this. Which edge? I think we're gonna go with this edge. So slide it through like that. So, rock number 1 is cut. Okay, I have a really good feeling about this one, and why is that? Because it took a super long time to cut, guys. And when something takes a super long time to cut, you know it's not just basalt inside. So I'm feeling really good about this one. All right, guys, and once again, we have reached a point where the saw needs sharpening. All right, getting back to getting this one on the saw again. All right, that last one was so small it kind of burst on me. Oh no. No, it's fine, but I got to see it. So we've cut all the rocks. We have not looked at
any of them. Okay, well, that's
Except
a
for
lie.
you cheated a little bit.
That's a lie. This one fell open when I was cutting it. It was too small in the saw, so I saw it a little bit. We are now going to pull them out one by one to reveal. Which one should we start with?
Vote in the comments below. That was a big one, I guess.
All right, let's go big.
Let's go big and go home. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Oh, interesting. A little bit plain, maybe. That's kind of cool, though. It looks cool. It could look really interesting polished with all those glassy bits.
I think it looks great.
My brain is just like, oh, it's gonna be so cool inside.
You over-expectated. Oh God!
Oh, sorry.
My leg!
Okay, it's actually cooler than I thought. That's pretty cool looking rhyolite.
That's really cool looking.
Cool.
Next.
All right. I vote.
I want to say that the last one we do is the one that you didn't like. The one that I chose.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna. Oh, sorry. There we go. Ooh.
That's really cool. Wait, hold on. If you turn it upside down,
It's
it's,
like
kind of like a bonsai tree.
It kind of looks like that's a almost. I don't think that's a flow channel, but it does certainly kind of have that pattern.
You're not sorry.
That's cool though. Yeah, it is like a tree with the clouds behind and the sky and the ground. Yeah, that's actually pretty sweet.
That's like a desert scene.
Neat.
Very cool.
I like that piece best too. That one. Let's do the other rhyolites.
I should have filmed that. Okay. Oh, I didn't film your hand.
To be honest.
Oh. This little green bit here really reflects in the camera.
Oh, interesting.
See?
Oh, yeah. I think I actually like the other rhyolite we cut more. This one's alright, but
It's more like
touch plain.
natural tones, but I kind of like it.
Ooh. Is that blue? It's very blue.
Yeah.
That is actually pretty sick looking. That's a pretty cool one. Wow. That is really neat. Wow. That's a cool one.
All right.
Really cool. That's my favorite, I think, so far. Okay, let's go for the little guy.
The one you cheated.
Yep. All right, here we go. I kind of already saw it, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to get a close-up.
With my...
Ooh, it's brachiated yellow jaspery material with clear chalcedonies in between. Like, that's actually, I'm gonna have to get some more videos of these rocks so you guys can see them really well. That's really cool.
Probably take pictures of all these. Just...
Yeah, for sure. When I was cutting this rock, it was super tough inside. I think I said that, but yeah. All right, so I'm actually pretty excited about this one.
Nice flow pattern, though.
Dang. I'm actually disappointed. Just a little bit disappointed. I totally overworked myself on that one. Like, I thought this was gonna be so tough and tough in here.
There's interesting splotches. I kind of think it's cool. It's a
Okay,
little flow pattern.
I gotta give myself a second here to like recalibrate my expectations. Ooh, that's cool though. Look at that. Whoa. Okay, there's some cool, you can see some lines in there.
Uh-huh.
There, wet. Cool, okay, that is cool. And then it does have those lines that go down into everything else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, like more in the light. There he is. A little
Yeah,
further
there's a
in.
little bit of lineage going on in there. That's kind of cool. All right.
All right. Now, super tough. Buckle.
Oh, yeah.
Buckle rock.
The buckler.
The buckler.
Give me a second. Ooh.
That's interesting.
So this side seems to be more gray, but though those lines are really cool.
There we go.
Oh, it feels buttery smooth too. Like that is a hard rock.
Nice.
That's a cool one. I'm excited about that one. But there is not a lot of the actual material that's green in there. It's still pretty sweet. Okay, last one.
Ta-da! That's pretty.
It's all right. Favorite? Which one?
That one.
Ha! Ooh, toughie for me. But I think I'm gonna have to go with this one being the most shockingly beautiful of the cuts. That is really cool. You like this one? I also really like the one I knew I was gonna like. I wanted to like this one more. I was really hoping that yellow material would drip through a bit more, but it seems to have just been the top edge.
Yeah.
I like our tree.
I do like the tree.
That is pretty cool. And this is, I'm coming around to this one.
I really like that one. I
I'm
like the
coming
bubbles.
Yeah, the bubblies. All right, cool.